Hi students, in this session we will take up quant based data interpretation for IBPS and SBI PO main exams. Let us begin. Directions for question number 1 to 5, you can see 2 stars here, so these are actual exam questions. Study the line graph and table given below carefully and answer the questions that follow. So it's a combination of line graph and table. So we need to study those two graphs, line graph and table, and we need to answer the questions. The line graph shows the time taken in days by 5 persons PQRST to complete a job K when they are working independently. So this is the time taken by PQRST 5 persons to complete a job K. The time is given in days. So this is basically time and work based data interpretation. Time and work based data interpretation. This is basically time and work based data interpretation. So this is line graph. Then we also have a table here. The table shows actual time for which each one of them worked on the job K. So P has worked for 8 days total. Q information is not given. Dash means information is not given, missing data. R has worked for 6 days. S has not worked, dash here. T has worked for 8 days. Note, a few data is missing in the table and has to be calculated for respective question. So certain data is missing here. We need to calculate for based on the information given in the question. We need to fill this missing data. Then second, two jobs L and M are similar to job K and require the same effort to complete them as required by job K. So job K, job L, job M are similar jobs. That means they are same. They are not different. They are all same. Job K, or in the questions you can interchange and use job L, job M. That means they are similar jobs, means the time taken and the people working on those are same. Right? Time taken to complete the work is also same. Now, how to solve this question? This question we generally solve using your efficiency method. Right? Efficiency method or LCM method. What is efficiency? Work done in 1 day or 1 hour is known as efficiency. So we try to solve this question using efficiency method or LCM method. So what we do here, we will take the LCM of the number of days taken by PQRST to complete the job. LCM of 40, 48, 60, 72, 80. So LCM you will take, we'll write in prime factors and we'll do. So this is 2 cube into 5. This is 16 into 3, 2 power 4 into 3. This is 2 square into 3 into 5. This is 72, 9 into 8. That is 8 is 2 cube and 9 is 3 square. This is 80, 16 into 5, 2 power 4 into 5. So if you take the LCM here, LCM would be 720. Now, if you see here, I'll write an efficiency here. Efficiency. P completes, let's say total work we'll assume as 720 units. Total work is equal to 720 units. These 720 units completed by P in 40 days. So efficiency of P is 18 per day. P will do 18 units because total 720. P is completing in 40 days. 720 by 40 is nothing but efficiency of P is 18. What about Q? Efficiency of Q 720 by 48. So 15 units. 720 by 48 is 15. Then 720 by 60, it is 12 units per day. And 720 by 72 is 10 units per day. And T efficiency is 9 units per day. So I am writing the efficiency of these people. That is number of units per day they are doing. The total number of the total work we are considering it as 720 units. And these are efficiency of P, Q, R, S and T. The table shows actual time for which each one of them worked on the job K. So P has worked for actual 8 days, Q and S have not worked, R and T has worked for 6 days and 8 days. Right? Now, the same thing, whatever efficiency we have found out and the number of days they have worked, we are putting in the form of a table here. See, this is my table. We'll take a question later, just look at the table here. PQRST, this is their efficiency per day, how many units they have done, 18 units, 15 units, R has done 12 units, S has done 10 units and T has done, T can do 9 units per day. Actual time, the number of days they have worked on the job, P has worked for 8 days, Q and S, it's blank, R and T have worked for 6 days and 8 days. Now, first question, if T worked on job L with 4 by 3 times his given efficiency and was assisted by R every 4th day. Then find the number of days that T was assisted by R to complete the job L. Right? So L is working at 4/3 of its efficiency. So what is new efficiency of L? New efficiency of L is 4/3 of its actual efficiency, right? Sorry, new efficiency of my mistake. T worked on job L. So it is job L. We know that job K, job L are similar. My mistake here. Once again. New efficiency of T. So new efficiency of T is 4/3 times of its actual efficiency. 4/3 into what is its actual efficiency of T? 9. 9 units per day. So efficiency of T is 12 units per day. Now T is assisted by R every 4th day. So first day, second day, third day, fourth day. Here only T is there 12 units, second day 12 units, third day 12 units, only T is working here. And every 4th day T is assisted by R. That means on 4th day T and R, both of them are working. So T can do 12 units and R's efficiency is 12 units, 12 plus 12, 24 units. That means in 4 days they are completing 60 units. These 4 days, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, these 4 days, we will take it as one time period. So in one time period, that is 4 days, they are completing 60 units. They have to complete how many units? 720 units. 720 by how much? 60. So 6 goes 12 times. So it will take 12 time periods. So number of days would be 12. Each time period will be how many days here? 4 days. 12 into 4, 48 days. But what is the question here? Just look at the question. Find the number of days that T was assisted by R to complete the job L. Now T was assisted by R on every 4th day. Like these 4 days we are taking as one time period. Like that, work is completed in how many such time periods? 12 time periods. That means in one time period, T is assisted by R one time. 2 time periods, R will assist T in 2 times. 3 time periods, 3 times. 12 time periods, 12 times. So total he was assisted on how many days? 12 days. So every 4th day R is coming. These 4 days we are taking it as one time period. Work is completed in 12 such time periods. That means R is assisting T at 12 such times. So it is 12 days. 12 days is present in choice 3. Question number 2, students. P and R worked on job L. Job L is similar to job K. Working on alternate days for 20 days each and left. You have to read this statement carefully. P and R worked on job L working on alternate days for 20 days. Each, that is important. So 20 days means don't assume that don't think that P has worked for 10 days and R has worked for 10 days because alternate days. They are working alternatively. Each person has worked for 20 days each and they have left. Q and S then worked together for M days and they completed the remaining job. Find the value of M. Now here P has worked for 20 days. P in 20 days, how much he will complete? Per day 18 units into 20 days, 360 units. What about R? R has also worked for 20 days, right? So 12 into 20, 240 units. So how much work is completed? 600 units. What is the remaining work? Remaining work is 720 units total work minus 600, 120 units. Who has to do this 120 units? Who has to complete? After P and R are leaving, Q and S work for M days, they are completing. Now see here, find the value of M. What is Q's efficiency? 15 units per day and S efficiency is 10 units per day. So Q plus S in one day, they will complete 25 units. Right? They have to complete 120 units. Q plus S 120 by 25. 25 fours 100. Right? 420 by 25 or 5 fours 5 fives. It is 4 by 5 days. Right? So individual here the point is you have to see that each one has worked for 20 days alternatively. P 20 days, then R 20 days, right? So 4 by 5 days is present in fourth option. So 20 days P is completing 360 units, 20 days R is completing 240, total 600 units. Remaining work is 120 that has to be completed by Q and S together. So one day they will do 25 units. So 120 units means 120 by 25, 4 by 5 days. Okay, let's take up Question number 3. If P, R and T worked on job M, job K, job L, job M are similar. That was given in the note, students. So P, R, T worked on job M for 5 days each, and the remaining job was done by Q and S, and the ratio of number of days for which Q and S worked are in the ratio of 4:5. Find the difference between number of days for which Q and S worked. So Q and S have worked for 4 days and 1 day. So 4K. Let us not take K, let us take X. Already Q job is there, let us take X. Let us say 4:1. One second. Right, so 4x days and S has worked for 1x day or X days. Now, what is given? PRT worked on job M for 5 days each. Each one of them has worked for 5 days. So, this is actual given data, but in the question it is given that each one of them have worked for 5 days, 5 days, 5 days. Right? Then find the difference between number of days for which Q and S worked. So, number of days for which Q and S worked is 4x minus x, 3x is the difference we need to find out. So, we have to find out x value. Now, here efficiency is per day 18 units. Actual time has worked is 5 according to the question. So, 18 into 5, 90 units. So, this is 60x. 12 into 5, 60 units. This is 10x. 9 into 5, 45. Add all these. When we add all these, 90, 150, 195, add numbers, plus 60x plus 10x is 70x is equal to, work is completed means it must be equal to 720 units. So 70x is equal to 525. So x is equal to 525 by 70. Now what is the question? We don't want x value. What is the question? Question is difference between number of days for which Q and S have worked for. Q minus S, Q has worked for 4x, S has worked for x days, so difference is 3x. So 3x value is how much? 3 into 525 by 70. So this is 5105, 514. So basically this will be 315 upon 14. 14 2s 28, 35. 14 2s 28, 7 is remaining. 22, 7 by 14, or I can say 22 and 1, 22 and half. 22 and half is present in choice 2. 22 and half is present in choice 2. Question number 4, students. T worked on job M for 8 days. Okay. The remaining job was completed by Q or S, who work on successive days, starting with Q followed by R and S in that order. Find the number of days in which job M is completed. Job M is similar to job K. But this is alternate days question, right? Instead of 2 people, we have 3 people. Alternate days. First day Q is working, next R is working, next S is working. Then Q, then R, then S. Then Q, then R, then S. Now T has worked for 8 days. So T in 8 days will complete. T in 8 days will complete 9 units per day into 8 days, 72 units. Total work we are taking it as 720 units. So remaining work is 720 minus 72, that is 648 units. Who has done the 648 units? Who has completed the 648 units? Completed by Q, R and S alternatively. That means first day Q, next day R, next day S. Generally in alternate days, if there are 2 people, we'll take 2 people as one time period. Here 3 people are there, we'll take 3 people as one time period. Here one time period, I'll say one time period is equal to 3 days because there are 3 people here. One time period will be 3 days. QRS, 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 so on. So we'll consider 3 people as one time period. Right. So one time period will be how many days here? 3 days. Okay. Now, Q plus R plus S in one time period, how many units they will do? Q will do 15 units, R will complete 12 units, S will complete 10 units. 37 units. Q plus R plus S will do 37 units. They have to complete how many units? 648 units. So 648 units by 37. 37 goes maximums here. How many times? 17 times. 37 ones, 37. 278, 37 sevens. How much? 259. 19 is remaining. Right. That means maximum how many time periods? This is quotient will give you number of time periods, right? So 17 time periods. 17 time periods is nothing but 17 into how much? Each time period 3, that is 51 days. How many units are completed out of 648? How many units are left? 19 units. So what is my remaining work? 19 units. Who has to complete this 19 units? After one time period, who is coming to work? Q. After two time periods, Q. After three time periods also, who will come to work? Q. So 50 second a day, 50 second a day, what will happen? Q will come to work. Out of these 19 units, Q can do 15 units. So still how many units left over? 4 units. After Q, who will come in order? R should come after Q. R in one day he will complete 12 units. 4 units means on 53rd day R will complete in 4 by 12, that is 1/3 day. R will complete the work in one day 12 units. 4 units means in how many days? In 1/3 day he will complete. One day 12 units means 4 units means 4 by 12, 1/3 day he will complete. So how many days total it has taken? 51 days. Then Q is taking one complete day, 52, plus R is taking 1/3 day. So 52 1 by 3 plus initially T has worked for 8 days. So total it has to be 61 by 3 days. 61 by 3 days is present in option 3. Right? Question number 5. If the ratio of number of days for which Q and S worked on the job K is 5:6. Number of days for which Q and S worked are 5:6. Find the number of days for which Q worked. Okay. So let's say this is 5x. Let's say this is 6x. Now 18 into 8, it is 144 units. 15 into 5, 75x. 12 into 6, 72. 10 into 6, 60x. 9 into 8, 72. Efficiency into number of days they have worked. So 144, 140, 72, 72, 144. So it is 288 plus 75 plus 60, 135x is equal to work is completed means 720 units. So 135x is equal to 720 minus 288. So what's the difference here? 532. If I add 32, so 432 difference, right? So 88, 90, 320, 720, right? So 432 units. So x is equal to 432 by 135. What is the question? Number of days for which Q has worked for. Q has worked for 5x days. So 5x is equal to 5 into 432 upon 135. 5 2s 10, 35, 5 7s. Right. If you divide this, 27, 1's 27, right? So how much is remaining? 162, 27, 6 times. So it will be 16 days. 16 days is presented choice 4. So 27 goes, if you divide here, 27, 432. 27 1 times 27, 16 remaining. 162 means 27, 16 times. So it will be exactly 16. Right? 16 is in your choice 4. So these 5 questions are based on time and work based data interpretation. That is quant based. Now, directions for question number 6 to 10. This is also an actual exam set here, previous exam questions. Study the data given below carefully and answer the questions that follow. Oh, this we can see 2 pie charts here. The pie charts given below shows the distance traveled by boat moving upstream and downstream on different days of a week. The speed of the boat, speed of the stream are constant on a particular day. Please make a note. Speed of the boat and speed of the stream are constant on a particular day. That means if I say that on Monday, if the speed of the boat is 10, it will be 10 throughout the day. No, it won't be 9, it won't be 11, it won't be 6, right? It won't vary. Similarly, speed of the stream, it won't increase or decrease, it will be constant. So, speed of the boat and stream are constant. The first pie chart shows me the total distance traveled in the complete week on Sunday to Saturday. Upstream distance total is 1500 kilometers. Total downstream distance is 1200 kilometers. What percentage was traveled in each of these days in a week is distributed in these 2 pie charts. Okay, any other information? We have one more table here. The table shows the speed of the boat in kilometer per hour on different days of a week. So Sunday the speed of the boat is 20 kilometers per hour, Monday 15 kilometers per hour, Tuesday 20, Wednesday and Saturday the data is missing here, Thursday, Friday 5 and 10. Few values are missing in the table that is given in the note. Candidate is expected to find those values based on the data given in the questions. Based on the data presented in the questions, what you need to do is you need to find out the missing values, if any. Now, before we proceed here, let me tell you. Let us say we'll take speed of the boat. Let us refresh your memory. Speed of the boat is equal to B, and speed of the stream or water is equal to W. Right? So what is my upstream speed? Upstream speed is given by, very good, B minus W. What is my downstream speed? Downstream speed is given by B plus W. Downstream speed is given B plus W. What is upstream speed? Your boat is moving this direction, water is coming in the opposite direction. Speed of the water will resist the boat, right? So obviously B is greater than W, so speed of the boat will come down. So upstream speed is B minus W. Downstream speed, boat moving in this direction, water also moving in the same direction. Speed of the boat will push the water. So upstream speed is given by B minus W and downstream speed is given by B plus W. So we have first pie chart giving total upstream distance 1500 kilometers and how much distance traveled on each day of the week. Second pie chart gives me total downstream distance of 1200 kilometers with distribution Sunday to Saturday. What's the distance traveled? And the third one is giving you the speed of the boat, that means B value. W value is not given anywhere. Depending on the question, we need to find out. We can say upstream speed is B minus W, provided that speed of the boat is B and speed of the stream or water is W. Downstream speed is B plus W. Now, one more point which you want to carefully is whatever data that is missing here, we don't have that data. That data you need to find out depending on the question. Now, these two pie charts and this table for our ease, I'm just taking it here. This is upstream distance 1500 kilometers traveled on different days of a week. Downstream distance 1200 kilometers traveled on different days of the week. And this is speed of the boat in still water traveled on different days of the week. Okay. Let us take up this question. Question number 6. If the time taken by the boat to travel upstream distance on Tuesday is equal to time taken by it to travel downstream distance on Friday. Now here, time taken by the boat to travel upstream distance on Tuesday is equal to time taken to travel downstream distance on Friday. Speed of the stream on Friday is 2 kilometers per hour. This is W value. Find the speed of the stream on Tuesday. Okay, let me see here. Upstream distance traveled on Tuesday. Tuesday, just see here students, one more point I would like to add. This is 13%. So, Tuesday distance traveled is 13 into 15. Because 13 percentage would be 13 upon 100 into 1500, right? Anyway, zeros will get cancelled. So everything, if it is Monday, it is 11 into 15. Percentage means by 100 will be there, so zeros will get cancelled, right? So Friday downstream is 11%. So what's the distance traveled on Friday? 11 into 12. 11% means it is 11 upon 100 into 1200. Anyways, two zeros will get cancelled. So percentage means all these values. What's the distance traveled on Sunday? 19 into 12. Monday, 17 into 12. Tuesday, 15 into 12. Wednesday, 14 into 12. Thursday, 13 into 12. So here also 11 into 15, 11 into 15, 13 into 15, 14 into 15, 15 into 15. See, you should be good at your multiplication tables, right? If I ask you how much is 14 into 15, immediately you should say, sir, it is 210. Now if I ask you how much is 15 into 15, 225, 13 into 15. Then only you can solve the question very fastly, right? It is 195. So you should be good at these multiplication tables when these kind of values are given. So anyways, two zeros will get cancelled. This is the distance traveled, downstream distance traveled on Friday. This is upstream distance traveled on Tuesday. And if you observe here, speed of the boat on Tuesday is 20 and speed of the boat on Friday is 10. And we also know that speed of the stream is 2 kilometers per hour. That is what is given on Friday. So distance traveled on Tuesday, what is given? Time taken to travel the upstream distance. So what is time formula? Time is equal to distance by speed. So what is the distance traveled on Tuesday? 13 into 15 by speed. Upstream speed. Upstream speed is B is 20 minus W we don't know. So 20 minus W is equal to Friday. What is the distance traveled on Friday? 11 into 12 by time taken, by speed, sorry. Speed is how much? W is 2. This is 10. Downstream will be B plus W, 10 plus 2, this will be 12, right? So, we need to find out the speed of the stream on Tuesday, right? So, time is equal to distance by speed. Now, if I simplify this, 12 will get cancelled. 13 into 15 is 195 is equal to 11 into 20, 220 minus 11W. I can say 11W is equal to 25. W is equal to 25 upon 11. So if you solve 2.27, approximately I can say 2.3 kilometers per hour. 2.3 kilometers per hour is present in choice 2. Okay, let us take up question number 7. Speed of the stream on Sunday was 5 kilometers per hour. So Sunday W value is given, speed of the stream 5 kilometers per hour. Speed of the stream on Saturday was 50% of that on Sunday. So speed of the stream on Saturday is 50% is half. Half of 5 is 2.5 kilometers per hour. And time taken by the boat to travel upstream distance on Saturday is 5 by 6 times time taken to travel downstream distance on Sunday. Time taken to travel on Saturday is 5 by 6 times of time taken to travel on Sunday. This is downstream Sunday. Time taken to travel Saturday upstream. So what is time formula? Time is equal to, we know that, distance by speed. Now on Saturday, time taken to travel on Saturday upstream. Saturday, if you see, 19%. So distance traveled is 19 into 15. By Saturday, B value, we don't know. Minus, it is upstream. No? Upstream speed means this time is equal to distance by speed. Upstream speed is B minus W. So W is 2.5 on Saturday. So what's the distance? 19 into 15 by B minus 2.5 is equal to 5 by 6 of time taken to travel downstream distance on Sunday. Sunday downstream is this 19%. So it is 19 into 12 by B plus W. Sunday B value is 20 and W value is 5. So it is 25. So 19 into 12 by B plus W is 25. Now see here students, 19 and 19 will get cancelled. So 5 goes 5 times, 6 goes 2 times. Okay. 75 is equal to 2b minus 5, or I can say 2b is equal to 80. From this I can say b is equal to 40 kilometers per hour. So what is my question here? Find the speed of the boat in still water on Sunday. So we need to find b value, 40 kilometers per hour. It was present in choice 4. Okay. Next question. Question number 8 on your screen, students. Speed of the stream on Saturday as well as Thursday is 3 kilometers per hour. So Saturday and Thursday, this is my W value. And the time taken by boat to travel upstream on Saturday is 19 by 26 times the time taken to travel downstream on Thursday. So time is equal to distance by speed. So time taken to travel upstream on Saturday, time Saturday upstream is equal to 19 by 26 times into time taken to travel downstream on Thursday. Thursday downstream. Find the time taken by the boat to cover a distance of 30 kilometers upstream on Saturday. Okay. Let us say time taken on Saturday upstream. Saturday upstream 19%, right? So 19 into 15 by upstream speed B minus W. So W we don't know, but Thursday and Saturday W should be taken as 3. B value we don't know. So B minus 3 is equal to, okay, let me write this. Similarly, Thursday downstream is 13%. So 13 into 12 by time taken is distance by speed. Thursday it is 5. Downstream is 5 plus 3. It is 8. So this is 19 into 15 by B minus 3 is equal to 19 upon 26 into time taken on Thursday is 13 into 12 by 8. Right. So 19 and 19 gets cancelled. 13 goes 2 times here. Again 2 goes 6 times here. 2 4s, 2 3s, 3 goes 5 times. So B is equal to 20 plus 3, 23 kilometers per hour. This is B value. But question is not B value. What is the question? Find the time taken by the boat to cover a distance of 30 kilometers upstream on Saturday. Time taken to cover upstream. Time is equal to distance by speed. So distance is 30 kilometers. Upstream means it is B minus W. So Saturday 30 by B value we know 23 and Saturday W value is 3. 23 minus 3 is 20. So 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours is present in choice 2. Alright. So this is the last question, students. Question number 9. If the speed of the stream on Wednesday is equal to that on Tuesday, which is 10 kilometers per hour. So W value is given 10 kilometers per hour and Tuesday, Wednesday it is same. Time taken by the boat to travel upstream distance on Wednesday is 4 hours more than time taken to travel downstream distance on Tuesday. So time taken on Wednesday upstream distance minus time taken to travel downstream distance on Tuesday downstream. The difference between these two is given as 4 hours. Right? Then find the speed of the boat in still water on Wednesday. Speed of the boat in still water. That's B value on Wednesday. We need to find out. Now you understood this, right? Time taken by the boat to travel upstream distance. Time is equal to distance by speed. So time taken to travel upstream distance on Wednesday is 4 hours more than time taken to travel downstream distance on Tuesday. So time taken on Wednesday upstream is equal to time taken on Tuesday plus 4 hours, or it is taking 4 hours more, means the difference should be 4 hours. Now let us take upstream Wednesday. This is Wednesday, upstream distance is 14%. So 14 into 15 by B minus W. So Wednesday we don't know B value here. B minus W is 10 because it is clearly given Tuesday and Wednesday stream value is W is 10. So minus time taken on Tuesday downstream. Tuesday, this is downstream 15%. So 15 into 12 by downstream is B plus W. So it is on Tuesday, B value is 20, W value is 10, so it is 30. So 14 into 15 by B minus 10 minus on Tuesday downstream 15 into 12 upon 30. The difference between these two is 4. Now we need to find out B value, that is both in still water and Wednesday. 15 goes 2 times, 2 goes 6 times. So what will happen here? 14 into 15. 14 into 15 is how much? 210 is equal to, this is 10 into B minus 10. I can say 210 is equal to 10B minus 100, or I can say 10B is equal to how much? 310. B is equal to 31 kilometers per hour. 31 kilometers per hour is present in choice. So this basically, the second set is based on time and distance based data interpretation. So concepts of quant, particularly time and work, time and distance, mensuration, probability, profit loss, discount, market price, simple interest, compound interest, you take mixtures allegation. These concepts are being clubbed with data interpretation, and last 2-3 years, if you can see, you have more quant based GI in your exams. So taken one example on time and work and one example on time and distance based data interpretation, right? So maybe in future we will see few more, maybe profit loss, maybe mixtures allegation, maybe probability, we will see in the future. Okay students, we will stop here. Stay home, stay safe, prepare with time classes. Thank you so much.